birthday,
Mandoshi.
Happy
Happy
birthday
birthday to you. Hey.
Hey, Mandoshi, I heard that your birthday is like the number is 50, right?
The what?
Your birthday is number 50, right?
No, 33, 33.
Nice.
Hey, everyone. Boy, I joined at the most
So,
awkward moments.
Hi, Jake.
Happy birthday, Mandoshi.
Jacob, thank you, bro.
Hey, welcome to the old folks era. So, how's everyone doing today?
very good, very good. How are you? We are pumped.
Yeah, so am I. Lots has been going on. Lots to talk about today. Tons of stuff to talk about today. I don't have any notes, no bullet points. So we can talk about a bunch of stuff, but there's a few things I wanted to talk about today. Guess first off, what do you guys think of this this market we're in right now? This is insane. Insane. Has anyone been looking at Bitcoin prices?
Yeah, we're expecting 30K. Like that's my next target right now in support zone.
Which is it? 38?
30K.
Oh, 30. You think it's going to 30K?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
That's my next.
Yeah,
support zone.
I'm waiting for it too.
Wow. Yeah, it's been pretty crazy. Yeah, I'm looking at the chart here for the past 5-year chart. Boy, I sure hope it doesn't go past if it goes past 30, that's going to be a problem.
No, I doubt it. I think 30 is probably the strongest support if it goes down where it is right now. Yeah, I mean, if it goes lower than that, I mean, I really don't see it happening.
Yeah, it shouldn't. It shouldn't. Yeah, so obviously, I mean, for everyone here, nobody here is an amateur. But obviously, a lot of the coins and cryptos out there, most of them reflect off of Bitcoin's behaviors, and it's unfortunate for Cure. One of the things that I think is a big disappointment on the Cure front. It's not anything we're doing or anything that any of us are doing at all. It's just that every time we come out with a really big announcement, it seems like it's a down market. I can point to so many times in the past 4 months when we've done something really cool, get listed on CoinGecko and CoinMarketCap. That was awesome, but it just happened to be one of the worst days for Bitcoin. And then we get listed on an exchange, and it was the worst day in all of 2021 for Bitcoin, out of all the days. And then NASCAR this week, and it's same stuff. But I'm still extremely optimistic about this project. I'm optimistic about our potential and what we're doing and where we're going, and I'm not stopping. So this week has been a bit of a rough week on a variety of fronts, not just with crypto in general dropping, but as most of you know, CurePay was taken down for a bit, and I'll go into some details about why that happened and why I made that determination. I also wanted to talk a bit today about NASCAR, because we're not done with that. There's a lot that's on the horizon for that. And oh, good, somebody started the recording. Thank you. And we have some other updates that I want to share. But I guess I'll start first with some really positive news. Let's talk about NASCAR. So our release was announced on I think it was Tuesday, and it was great. We got Colleague Racing. We followed that up with a Twitter Space AMA with Noah Gragson, our driver. And I'll tell you a bit about Noah. Noah is an extremely aggressive driver. For those of you who don't watch NASCAR, inclusive of myself, I'm watching this year, and I'm going to follow him closely and follow all of his races. But as well, we are going to try to make the most of this sponsorship. throughout the entire year. So there's a lot coming up on that front. So starting February 2nd, which I think is Tuesday. Let me pull up my calendar here. I don't have my calendar. I'm going to guess it's Tuesday. We are starting our full media campaign with NASCAR. And this is NASCAR.com, NASCAR TV, NASCAR mobile. And every time you go to the website, you go on any of their digital properties, you're going to see Cure. So today we finished our, let's pull them up. I'll share, you get everyone a real quick sneak peek, but don't share this with anyone. So everyone's got to be quiet. But I'll give you a sneak peek into what all of this is going to look like. And where did my images go? Here we go. All right, I'm going to share my screen real quick. This is just really excited about it. Can everyone see my screen?
Yes.
Yeah, yeah,
right.
yeah.
All right. Look. All right, that's a boring one. Like, for example, this is going to be our banner across the top of NASCAR.com. So if you go to NASCAR.com, you'll see they have this. You know, this is their current website, and they have a lot of digital properties. Our banner is going to be right there and look like that. Isn't that awesome?
Nice.
Or if you scroll through and you see like there's an ad right here, that ad looks like that. So that's going to be the banner ad on the right. And then there's others. There's like this one, which this version sits, I'm going to do it this way now, sits right over here. So as you scroll through some of this, like there's one, you see that? That's going to be right there. So really good placement. This is not the extent of everything we're doing. NASCAR, the first thing we're doing is starting February 2nd, we're getting all of their digital properties on their websites as well as all their ancillary properties. So that's the first thing. On February 15th, we are doing a complete takeover. And I'll show you what that means. But you see on the website here that we're on right now, you see how there's like these cars back here, and there's this never miss a race on both sides. That is all going to be Cure. So all of this is going to be orange. It's going to have the Cure banner at the top. It's going to have the Cure banner on the right. It's going to look pretty cool. So that's going to start on February 15th, which happens to be the weekend before Super Bowl in America, which is football, and Daytona 500 the following weekend. So this is right in the smack middle of that. It's their highest traffic day for their website. As we get closer to September for Childhood Cancer Awareness Month, we're going even beyond that. We're going to do a lot more. It's going to be not only the takeovers, but it's going to be all month long. And every time you come to the website, you're going to be seeing these banner ads. Everywhere you go, you're going to be seeing all this. You know, so it's oh, that's the mobile one. Mobile one's not that exciting. It's really small. But here, let's look at this one again. Yeah. So you're going to be seeing these all over the place, every place you go. Eventually, as I get more time or the team has time, we are going to animate these so that they have more motion to them and draw your eye to it. So lots of stuff happening there on the NASCAR front. We also have a really big announcement coming, which I guess I'll do right now. And I will share a video. Let me see where this video is. All right. So has anyone ever flown on an airline recently? I'm sure most people.
No, Jake, you can't do that. That's
Okay.
too big.
All right. I won't talk about that one. All right.
You gotta.
It's
All right,
okay,
I won't
it's okay.
share
I'm
it.
pretty sure everybody here knows what you're talking about, so that's good enough
Yeah,
for
he's
us.
probably
Oh,
gonna
go
get
on,
an
Jake.
airline
Do it.
with-
Do it.
No.
Do it.
No, I'm not gonna.
Can
Not
I
gonna
try to
share
guess
it.
We
it?
got
Can I
you,
try
we
to
got
guess
you.
it? Can
No, I
try to
won't
guess
share it. I won't share it. I won't even tell you if you're right or wrong. Eric's right. This is something we got to talk about. I won't tell you who it's with. I'll just tell you that that we are going into the skies. and it's going to be epic. It's going to last for a couple months, and I won't tell you exactly what's going to happen, but it's pretty cool. We're going to get a lot of eyeballs on our project. So on the marketing front, you see the goal here, and I've said it for a long time, the goal here is that we got to market so much more outside of crypto than we are inside. This NASCAR sponsorship is the first piece of that. We have a lot more coming up, but this is a really big deal to be able to have our car racing around, have a driver talking about us all year long in a race team and being all over NASCAR. It's a big deal. What we need to make happen, and all of you need to help with this, is we need to get the momentum going. And that I know Bitcoin's been and other cryptos has been kind of the downfall, and price of BNB and all these sorts of things are not to our advantage. But I'm bullish that most of this is going to change course next month and into March. I mean, it needs to, not just for our project, but just for for sustaining crypto in general. We really need to have a comeback, and a big comeback. And all this is going to be related to the stock market, to potential war throughout the world. Also does a lot for the stock market, unfortunately. But there's all of these things that contribute to the space that all of us are in right now. And I'm confident that positive things are coming our way. I really am. So we need to just bear with this. We need to deal with it. We need to accept it, but we can't stop. We can't take our foot off that pedal, because all of this time period and all the things we've been doing since November has been all about building a stronger foundation for our project, so that when everything starts coming around, we're going to be able to leapfrog in front of all of the other projects out there because of this strong base that we're building. And I'm really confident about that. And that's why I keep putting in a significant amount of time into this, and I know there's a lot more, and I hope other people start DMing me with topics around some of the things that are coming up on the marketing front, but there's a lot of stuff happening. I can tell you about a couple. I have a podcast. I can't open my email, but I have one or two podcasts this week for a medical podcast, a cancer podcast. We have a lot of press releases which are getting coordinated and set up over the next month surrounding our project and Cure. We've already done some on Cure Pay, which I'll talk about in a second. But yeah, so anyone who has any other things that I'm missing, please DM me. But let me talk a bit about Cure Pay. That's a good transition. So Cure Pay has actually done a lot of great things. As everyone knows, Cure Pay is targeted for people who know nothing about crypto. So the power users who go out there and actually own wallets already, and know about exchanges and PancakeSwap and all of those sorts of things, and LBank, this product isn't really geared for them, although we're adding features to make it better for those types of users. What this product was built for is for the simple example of personal example where I was getting anywhere from 2 to 5 different people on a daily basis who knew nothing about crypto that wanted to enter into the space. And I would set up wallets for them. I mean, I would legitimately go get a MetaMask. I would transfer BNB to it. They would send me money through PayPal or Cash App or any of these different methods. And then I would set up a wallet. I would acquire BNB for them. I would swap that over on the chart for PancakeSwap, and I would turn over the keys to them. That's what this is for. CurePay is for that type of customer that knows nothing about crypto, yet wants to invest in our project and doesn't want to go through all the technical hurdles in order to do so. So knowing that, CurePay was really built for that type of customer. Over the past month and a half, we have been trying to do a lot more to add in features such as 0% transfer, staking within the platform, and the ability to sell. All while we've had the ability to request your private keys, which initially, if you remember, you could request your private keys just by clicking a button. There was nothing you had to do except click a button. As all of us know, crypto, and especially this space of crypto that we're in, is littered with fraud and scammers and people just trying to hurt other people, hurt projects, steal money. If you haven't realized that yet and you're in crypto, you should probably get out now, because the space is littered with that. And we've had to add on mechanisms onto CurePay in order to secure it and make it less prevalent or less attractable to people who commit fraud. So we added in a feature which required two options. One was you could request your private keys, but it would take a period of time. And that period of time was relevant to when the credit card transaction was processed and actually cleared. So there's a window by which somebody can buy something with a credit card and then dispute it. And that's a 2-month window. So 2 months on Visa, for example, that's a long time to have the potential of fraud occurring with stolen credit cards. But what we did, Cure and myself personally, is that we were fronting those funds. So immediately, it doesn't matter, what happened. Immediately, when you would buy something on CurePay, and it was an approved transaction, which still has that window attached to it, but when it's approved transaction, we would initiate everything immediately. We would give you the BNB, we would swap it for Cure in KuCoin or PancakeSwap API, and that's the way we did it because we wanted to create a seamless experience. What that did, however, is it opened us up to fraud, where people were using massive amounts of stolen credit cards from all over the world, and I won't name any countries, but you can imagine where these countries are, and they would buy Cure. They would get the tokens, they would request their private keys, they would get their keys, they would sell on our chart what they had just bought, and then we would get charged back through the credit card companies. That had to be stopped. So we introduced a bigger KYC, which was a KYC in which you had to upload your driver's license, you had to do a selfie, and another piece of data. And then if people did that, they were allowed to get access to their private keys. That was much better. The problem is that scammers and fraudsters and people out there to mess with any way they can find to get free money found a way to manipulate getting access to those private keys. So what we did, I had initially, from the very beginning, set this up in a way that would eliminate fraud because I knew it was strong. So we built in a kill switch, kind of a mechanism, which is a safety umbrella or parachute into CurePay, that if we ever detected fraud at a large scale, we'd be able to press a button and then the whole thing would be shut down and locked, almost like a force field around it so that nobody could do any more damage. I pulled that trigger on, I think it was Monday night or Tuesday night. I pushed that button because what was happening is we had a lot of people coming in that with the only intention of committing fraud. So I shut that down immediately and then spent the next 3 days here reinforcing and changing the KYC process and reinforcing the product. The positive part of all of this is that nobody who authentically bought has lost access to any tokens or funds. 100% of it is there. So that's the benefit of having pulled that parachute, is that everything was secured, it was protected, and it prevented the people who were committing fraud from doing anything further. So that's the positive thing. What that has required is a significant amount of work to re-engineer a few areas of our product, and one of which is that we are going to force a KYC, which with the driver's license or passport, we're going to force that. And we can no longer give out private keys to anyone who doesn't do KYC. For anyone that has bought and does not want to perform a KYC, they can reach out to me personally, and I will perform the KYC for them over Telegram or other methods. So it's just a safety precaution, and I hope people realize, and then the other thing we did do is now on the front end of CurePay, it is active again, but on the front end of CurePay, we are added a checkbox so that people know when you're buying through CurePay, you're going to have to perform a KYC. Other exchanges out there, not even exchanges, but other on-ramps for crypto, others, 100% of them require the KYC on the front end. And because this product was geared toward a generation that doesn't know what a KYC is or is apprehensive about doing that on the front end, we put it on the back end because we wanted to have CurePay be for the NASCAR people and be for our aunts and uncles and our moms and dads. That's what CurePay is built for, not for the crypto users. I mean, you can use it, but it's not built for you. So the user experience is really driven towards that sort of demographic. But anyway, so we do have the KYC in place now. We do as well have a safer way of buying tokens through it. So the way it worked before is that when you would sign up for CurePay, you would get a dynamic wallet. Your private keys would be encrypted and stored, and even I can't access them. And then BNB would be transferred to that wallet, and then through an API, those BNB would be converted to Cure. Today, in order to secure it even further, all of that backend transactional stuff is being handled by a single wallet, which is the funding wallet. So anytime that somebody buys through Cure, it's going to hit our chart from one wallet and stored in a repository. So the tokens as well as the BNB is stored in a single destination, which means there's less areas or room for fraud to occur. So this is all for the protection of that product and to ensure that it's safe. It's even more secure than it was, but now it's eliminating the need for additional barriers. Two other points real quick. Our payment processor is Stripe, and then our backup payment processor is PayPal. Both of those payment processors do not like us. They don't like people who deal in crypto. They do not like anything that has to do with NFTs or cryptocurrencies or anything like that. PayPal has inevitably blocked our account, so there's no longer an option to buy through PayPal today. I am in communication right now with them to eliminate that, because I'm communicating that this is not a transaction. It's a technology facilitation. It's an automation process, which is completely different. The second thing is that this is secured by the foundation and not by a cryptocurrency. So I'm talking with PayPal right now. The flip side of that is that Stripe is also starting to complain. So I'm also in communications with them to eliminate that. But I am confident that I will be able to navigate this with both of them. But at the moment, the only way to utilize CurePay is through Stripe rather than PayPal. A lot more to come on that, but at least it's up and running right now, because we are spending a significant amount of time and resources outside of crypto trying to drive people into our project. And the primary rail for that is CurePay. So it has to be up and running. So it is up and running. You can try it out. One other note is that all dynamically generated wallets have been replaced and regenerated for security purposes. So if you did request your private keys previously, you will need to request them again. Although I have a record of all of those who did a KYC. So I will do that manually for you, so that you don't have to do a second KYC. But all of this is because, and this is unfortunate, but all of this is because this space is littered with people who are out to scam us and people who are out to hurt us. And I'm sure everyone here has faced that at one point or another in the cryptocurrency space. It's everywhere. And when you create a tool and a product that deals with money, deals in cryptocurrency, you're going to attract scammers at the end of the day. So just be rest assured, all tokens are accounted for. They're secure. They're protected right now. So 100% everything is fine now. And if any fraud, when fraud occurs again, we will be in a stronger position to counter it faster. So that's the CurePay story. The good thing is I am very happy with the result we're at today, and can't wait to start getting some more people utilizing it, because it is a really great on-ramp for cryptocurrency. All of these learnings that we've gone through on CurePay need to happen, because that is going to be what's going to enable us to get this into other projects. And that's part of our significant roadmap, is that once we partner with the next project and the next 25 projects, we're going to be getting anywhere from 0.5 to 1 to 2% of every single transaction that goes through CurePay is going to be buying directly on our chart and adding to our liquidity. So this is a really big deal for our project to continue to work and invest and build this. So these learnings are necessary as well as beneficial so that we can make the product stronger. So although it's cost me sleepless nights the past few days, and although I've been totally inaccessible because my head's been down in CurePay, it's for the better. So for the better of the project. So that is it on CurePay, and I'll answer more questions about it if anyone has any later on. So we've spoken about NASCAR. I hinted toward something in the skies. I won't tell you what. We've spoken about CurePay. We have a couple other topics here on marketing. One is, the down market is, it's a difficult time to market. Couple reasons. One is that for whatever reason, the marketing costs have gone up. And that's because B&B prices have come down. I wish it was the inverse, so that as the market goes down, the marketing becomes cheaper. But it's actually the inverse to that. So it's difficult to do a lot of marketing. But what we are doing is we've continued all of our shilling campaigns. Thank you to Tofik if he's on and his community. They are driving force behind everything we do from a Telegram and Twitter shilling perspective. But we also, you notice we did a Reddit today. We are going to be doing more of those, but the price of those have gone up, unfortunately. We are looking as well into doing more mainstream press releases, podcasts, interviews. We have the PR agency as well as others dedicated to that initiative of just getting interviews and podcasts and media journals and magazines, all those sorts of things so that we can talk about our project. The NASCAR sponsorship is a catalyst to get more of that. So that's why, strategically, all of this is happening for a reason. And we've always been trying to get out of just the crypto space when we talk about our project and try to get into the perspectives and views of people who don't know anything about crypto. This is a very strategic move. So this is all intentional, and it's all coming together now. I just wish the market was better, because then all of our investment of time and money would be, getting spent better. Unfortunately, the market is significantly down. So that needs to pick up. We are, as I said, going to continue doing everything we're doing and more aggressively here shortly, because we need to build that foundation, as I said, about the project, not just from a technology perspective, but from a marketing perspective. So lots to talk about there, and we can unpack more. But let's talk about the charity side of things. So we've done a lot through the charity side. There's just a significant amount of things. And our website, unfortunately, isn't getting updated. Also, what hasn't been happening, I want to talk about what we can do to make this better, is we need to get more community involvement in where we go with from a charity perspective. I mentioned the other day that we are doing a charity drop in the UK, which is going to probably happen next week. We're working through a charity drop right now in Turkey with a really sad story there that I can share at a later point after we make the charity drop. But we've also granted another Disney vacation. We have other research which has been funded and other direct family support. We still have a 100% acceptance rate for our grants. So as grants come in, we have now a volunteer team that vets all of the grant submissions. They call social workers, they talk to doctors, they talk to the families, friends and family, and they vet that it's a real thing and that there's a real need and how can we help. There's a team that's doing that. One of the challenges we have is that team moves at the speed of light. They're moving very, very fast. Because sometimes when we get a grant application in or something, there's not a lot of time. The time is, 24-hour period to figure it out and get through the process. So as I want to involve the community more and more, I definitely want to do that, but we got to figure out how we don't introduce a gap of delay of time in making sure that we can help people when they need it and making sure that we can get through to navigate the process very quickly. But let's figure out how we can do that. And I got some ideas, and I know Freddie has some ideas that that he's going to be implementing around starting some polls or starting some sort of chat or community participation on that. Because as everyone here knows, that this is the reason I do this stuff, is because of the charity side and just be able to help people and make a difference. And but I want to make sure the community participates in that process, that it's not just, you know, a project that's funding something you guys have no idea what it's about or how to get involved. We need to make sure everybody's involved in that process. So Freddie's got some ideas. We'll be rolling out some things, I think, next week. And I'm a little sick. So we talked about CurePay, NASCAR, technology, marketing. We've talked a little bit about the charity side of things. And I don't see any other notes here from anyone. So I think I've covered off on most everything. I guess another topic. So our tokenomics. So we did run a poll starting, I think, last Saturday to determine, you know, well, one thing, we needed to change our tokenomics. Oh, I think my computer is going to die. Are you all still there?
Yes, we are.
Yes. Yeah,
Okay, did my video awkwardly freeze?
No, we can see you.
Okay, well, my computer just froze up.
We can see your hair.
Okay, my computer froze up, so I can't move my mouse around or anything. But what was I talking about? Oh, tokenomics. So we put a vote out there about changing the tokenomics. A couple things. One is we needed a few things.
Now you froze.
I think we lost him now.
Yeah, we lost you, Jake.
Yeah, just shoot him a text and we'll wait for him, I guess.
Yeah, I guess it's still Mandoshi's birthday, right? Happy birthday, Mandoshi. We all stay tuned. Jacob will be with us in a minute.
All right, I'm back. My computer just completely restarted. All right, is everyone still there?
Yeah, we're here. That was quick.
Yes, we're here. We're here. Yes,
All
sir.
right.
We're here.
All right. Well, that was really weird. All my screens went black and looked really bad. All right, so I was talking about tokenomics. So we, in a down market, it's really difficult to accumulate operation marketing funds in order to run a project when there's no volume and coming in. Put this in perspective, and I'm overly transparent, so I'll just share the facts. Facts are, at one point we were generating upwards of, I think, 12,000 a week, which was going towards marketing operations and charity, a significant amount. And this was prior to the big spike where we were doing that in a day. As time has gone on, specifically since November, the amount of marketing operations and charity funds coming in has dramatically decreased. This all while we are building out this roadmap and strategy to grow this project and make it a significant project. So we needed to two things here, 2 points. One is we needed to bring in additional funds, and I think at one point we were pulling in about $200 a day, which wasn't enough to even support the project. So I had been supporting it from funds that were being accumulated as well as personal funds to keep this going. That's just not sustainable. So we needed to figure that out. The second thing is our adding to liquidity has always kind of caused a lot of confusion with people. Initially the contract was supposed to add to liquidity automatically, not in the form of buyback and burn, which worked for a period of time and then stopped, and inevitably only worked with buyback and burn. The buyback and burn wasn't working as aggressively as it should have been, which was accumulating tokens in the project, and we were accumulating, BNB and all. It was just creating a mess. to simplify this, we wanted to lower our tokenomics. So get rid of the 10%. If you remember, we were at 12%, then we went to 10. Now we're at 8%. But we've simplified the tokenomics. Our plan is to continually take this down so that it becomes lower and lower. The larger the project we become, the cheaper the tokenomics need to be. So we are working. That is a strategic plan that we're working against. So right now, our tokenomics are at split 4-4. Right now on LBank, they still remain at 10%. LBank cannot move as quickly as we can. They can only move on a monthly interval, while we have the flexibility of changing it on a day interval if we needed to. So we've simplified the tokenomics. We've updated all of the websites and all of the media out there. And if we haven't, if you see something that looks inaccurate, definitely let us know. But right now we're at 4% and 4%. This is necessary for a few reasons. One, we're in a down market. Second is we've contractually made obligations to NASCAR, to College Racing, to Noah Gragson, among other things which I hinted to, other types of advertising that we're doing. These are real commitments with contracts that live outside of the crypto space that we're going to have to afford, or there's going to be legal implications at the end of the day. So we're doing our best to make sure that we don't fall short of our legal obligations. And this is one of the challenges you have when you live in crypto, but you also live in the real world. You live in crypto and, you don't want to pay someone, you just don't pay them, or if you want to scam someone, you scam them. That's not this project. This project, I hope you all know, has been from the very beginning very authentic and transparent. I'm not 100% accurate in decisions all the time, and sometimes I miscommunicate things along the way, but it's not coming from a bad spot. It's coming from a spot of a lot of stuff going on and having a lot of things moving at the same time. So it's just keep that in mind. I hope you all bear with me, because I hope you all understand my intentions behind Cure, the foundation, and what I'm doing here. And it's all for the longevity of the project, the right decisions, making this something that's really strong. And we'll be sitting here a year from now and thinking, wow, that Cure is just one of the most well-known projects. I'm confident that's going to happen. So I just need people to trust me. I hope you do. I hope you know me. I'm in this for the proper reasons. I'm not in here to scam anyone. I'm not in here to take money. I don't need it. I don't need to take people's money. I just want to help people. My heart's in the right spot, and I just need people to believe in what we're trying to do here and contribute to the success of what we're doing. And it really is a community effort at the end of the day. I mean, early on, it was just myself, and then I've brought a lot of people around me to support, and they've been great people. And we need to build on that. We need to get more people involved in this project that believe in it, that want to see it go to that next level. And it will. I know it will. So, but we are doing everything I know how. And if there isn't something we're doing and you have an idea, or you could think of something we should be doing different, or a better way of doing something, or someplace we should be exploring, let us know, because I personally don't know everything. I really don't. And I rely so much on people DMing me and saying, hey, have you checked out this Twitter influencer? Have you checked out this YouTuber? Have you seen this community and what they're doing? Those are the types of things that we as a community can start influencing the direction of this project through. Last point around all of this is partnerships. We're at a phase, and I think most of the people within the BSC space right now, because of the down market, because of the cost of marketing, we need to rely much more on other communities. And that comes in the form of partnerships, in AMAs, in joint AMAs, in sharing of community, in sharing of just the reach. And that's what we need to look at. And we've spent a lot of time as a team looking into this, partnering with other projects where we can do an AMA on their group, or likewise, they can do one on our Twitter spaces or with us as well. This is going to expose the project to a lot more people that would have never historically been exposed to it. So we're looking for that. So if you know other projects, legitimate, they have to be doxed, video doxed. They have to be doxed. They have to be legitimate projects, because we don't want Cure getting attached to a scam or getting attached to a rug pull. It has to be 100% legitimate. And I've already found a few, and a few projects that I'm excited about that we're going to be doing some collaboration on. That's the way we're going to grow this project for the next generation until we can get out of this type of market that we're in. So please reach out to me if you know of these groups, or reach out to any of the team members on here. Some of these groups are actually on here today. So good to see you. And, that's what I think the next evolution of this project is we need to look at ways that we can authentically reach more people and get them into our project. So I'll pause there. We've covered off on a lot, and there's a significant amount of stuff happening, and there's more happening outside of this crypto world. Just in my real life than anyone here knows. And I'm spending a lot of my time looking at partnerships outside of crypto and looking at mainstream media, looking for influencers, and my day is canvassed all day with meetings, talking with mainstream people, researchers, doctors and researchers and blockchain people. And, my calendar's been booked with all of these types of things. But that is, again, how we're going to get our project to the next levels. One of these things is we're going to talk to the right person at the right time, and it's going to be a catalyst for this project. So I'm not stopping. I'm putting in a significant amount of effort into this. In fact, yesterday I woke up at 3 a.m. Or the day before, I don't even know, day before maybe, 3 a.m. was online working on CurePay and didn't go to bed until 3 a.m. So it was a 24-hour nonstop coding binge to salvage CurePay, put the parachute out there and get us in a better position, which now is done. But I am 100% dedicated to this project, day or night, and I just need support from all of you to help take this to that next level. I guess one last point, and I know a lot of people have been asking me, is about the Cure motorcycle. This is extremely close. Paint is done. Everything's ready. We are waiting on a photo shoot to take place so we can get some high quality photos to represent the motorcycle. And then we're going to be launching that raffle, which is going to be for everybody in this community as well as those from outside. The bike looks awesome, and it's going to be another way that we're going to go mainstream. We are hoping to take the motorcycle to different NASCAR races, to different events, car shows all throughout the U.S. to get it out there so people can see it, they can learn about Cure, they can get a raffle ticket or whatever it is in order to potentially win the bike. That's another big thing we're going to be doing here shortly. And my hope was to get it out this week, but this week has already come out from underneath us, so it'll most likely be next when that gets launched. But again, I'll pause there and open it up to any questions, either here through voice or on the chat. If anyone has any questions about what I've covered off on or anything I neglected to mention or say, now's the time to bring it up. So anything at all.
Jacob.
Hey, how's it going?
All good, great AMA. I have a question. Is there a way to reach directly the NASCAR community, maybe do an AMA directly with them or something like that?
Yeah, that's a really great idea. I didn't even think about that, but we'll take a note of that. I think there is. We are doing AMAs. Obviously, we did one with Noah, and we had a few race car drivers show up, if you noticed. But they don't do those types of things. That was his first AMA, and I think it might have been anyone in NASCAR's first AMA. This is common in the crypto community, but it's not really common in NASCAR. So, but I think there is. So we'll explore that and see if we can get them to, or us to schedule one, or them to schedule one, and then we come on and talk about our project. I know the race team, race team, would totally do something like that with us, and probably many of them. They also have a foundation which focuses on childhood support, and a really great foundation, and they've done some amazing things throughout the years. We're going to be partnering with them. One of the things that we're talking about doing, and Eric, don't yell at me, I'm going to throw this one out there too. But one of the things we're talking about doing is doing a joint event, and potentially many of these things all throughout the states as it relates to NASCAR, where we do Race for a Cure. And I hope you all have seen raceforacure.com by now. And if you haven't, go check it out. But we want to do in-person events, fundraising events, whether it be only one and we do it in Kansas City, or whether it's many of them that we do throughout the year to get more awareness around Cure Token, the cause, pediatric cancer, racing, and tie that all in together. So these would be in-person events. There'll be like parties, raffle and silent auction items, probably racing around the track if we do it at tracks. in cars and all that. So we're trying to create a destination experience all around Race for a Cure theme and campaign throughout the entire year. Kaulig Racing loves the idea. NASCAR is going to love the idea. We haven't pitched it to them yet. They've been out of town this past week. They're going to love the idea. Race for a Cure is such a strong message and strong campaign. And all of that is because of Cure, and that's really cool. So these are just more ways that we're trying to get more mainstream and trying to bring the foundation side to NASCAR and Cure to NASCAR and vice versa and build this ecosystem. So to answer your question shortly, yes, we need to be doing much more with NASCAR. We can do AMAs. We'll figure that out. We'll do podcasts, interviews. We're trying our hardest right now to get TV interviews on this partnership and sponsorship. We feel strongly that as we get closer to Childhood Cancer Awareness Month, all of this is going to come together in a greater way. And yeah, I mean, I'm just so excited about it. And I think everyone who's participating in this is excited about it. And anyone who is not participating in it and wants to, raise your hand. There's so much going around for people to be able to help out, people to be able to take ownership of one of these types of initiatives and run with it. Just yesterday, I had somebody step up to take over the motorcycle raffle and run that and take care of it and just own that piece of this. We got other people that are reaching out to mainstream media with the NASCAR and the race team all tied together. People are just chasing that. They're emailing every single sports outlet in the U.S. They are making phone calls. They're doing anything they can to get that message out there so that we can get more media placement. But people are volunteering all over, whether it's shilling, whether it's meeting people in person and telling them about our project, whatever it is. That's the type of stuff that we need to get a lot more community involvement in, because at the end of the day, the only way this is going to grow, it's not through my hours or any of the people who are putting a lot of hours. It's not from that. It's from the community side of things. And all of that is all of you. So if you want to get involved or have ideas, definitely reach out to anybody within the chat, any of the moderators, admins, myself. We'll figure out a way to put your talents and desires to use. So that is all I didn't have any bullet points or agenda, but those are some of the topics I wanted to discuss tonight. I will pause there and then I'll have a closing just to end it. We're almost at an hour. Does anyone have any additional questions?
Hey, question. No, sorry, Jacob. No question here. I just want to say again, thank you for everything that you're doing, and also I want to say thank you to your family. Your wife and everything, because and I'll give you an example. Like, I'm in the military. I've been in the military for about 13 years now, and when we put in a lot of work, like that, multiple hours, you miss out on family, and sometimes people forget about them. You know what I'm saying? So I just want to say thank you and to your family, for the amount of work that you guys are putting into this, because I know it doesn't only affect you. It involves your entire family. So I really appreciate it. Like I said, that's all I have.
I appreciate that. I know they do. You're right, and I don't like to talk about it. I don't like to talk about it a lot, but it's but this is not easy, and I'm sure all of you know. But it takes a lot of time, and I'm committed to it, and I'm gonna put in as much time as I need to make this a success for the long haul and for all of you and for all the previous investors. I mean, that's my goal, and I'm going to do everything I can to take this to that level, take us to the next level, as everyone says. And that next level is getting back to an all-time high, and it's taking us even beyond that. And I'm committed, and I'm doing everything I can. And thank you for recognizing them, because I'm sure I have neglected them in significant ways lately.
Once again, thank you, Jacob. But I have a problem with my PayCure token.
Okay.
The pro feature is not working. Like, it's not coming up on the dashboard. And I'm trying to send from my CurePay to Trust Wallet, and I've been having issues with it for a couple of days. I understand that CurePay was going through maintenance, but till now it's still hard for me to send it over. Even though I can now I can see my Cure in my CurePay, the paycuretoken.net. Initially it was not coming up, but now it's popping. But I'm trying to I want to buy more, but I'm finding I don't really want to go through Cure anymore, because the verification processing is taking a long time, and now it's asking for pro features to be able to send out. and so I'm thinking of using maybe like Pancake Swap, Swap BNB to get to buy Cure, but I don't know how do I get my pro the pros, how do I get them working, because I've been at it for a very long time.
Perfect. Well, thank you for that question. Yeah, so we have, as I mentioned early on, maybe before you joined, we have been working on Cure this week, and that's been due to protecting the project even further from potential fraud. There was bad characters out there, people who had bad intentions, who wanted to destroy that product and wanted to manipulate the system. So we have put measures in place to protect it further. We have secured all of the tokens. We are forcing the KYC process. So it sounds like you've already done the requesting of pro features. So what you need to do next is reach out to me on Telegram here, and let's continue this conversation outside the AMA. And you can send me your email, and I'll give you white glove service and walk you through the process of what needs to happen. But let's solve that together. Cool.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, you're very welcome. Any other questions from anyone in the community? Okay. Well, good. Well, as everyone knows, these AMAs are going to be every week, every Thursday. It sounds like we're going to be making them at 5 o'clock instead of 6 o'clock Central Time, so an hour earlier, to accommodate or try to accommodate better the audience overseas. So we'll be moving these up to an hour earlier. And otherwise, we have a lot of stuff planned for this week. There are additional AMAs we're trying to get scheduled. We have marketing, which is starting and underway again. We have podcasts, mainstream podcasts. Today we had a release from BSC News, featured article on their homepage. We have a featured podcast also on their homepage. We have Twitter from all of them, Twitter posts. I mean, they're being a big support, but just in a down market, and we got to bear with it, navigate this, and once we come out the other side, we're going to be stronger as a community. So thank you, everyone, for joining the AMA. And as always, yes, go for it.
Sorry to cut you, but I have a question. Do you have a timeline on CureChain?
Yeah. Excuse me. Come on a sec.
I believe that will be like after CurePay, right?
Yeah. So a couple things. CureChain is moving along right now. We've been assembling some of the smartest and brightest people in both the crypto community, blockchain community, as well as research. What has been slowing us down, and we need to solve this, but what's been slowing us down is we wanted to get the NASCAR release done. We also had unforeseen issues that we wanted to resolve and fortify and make stronger with CurePay. All of that has caused CureChain to slow down a little bit. It is still proceeding, but now we need to put renewed effort behind it to take that to the next level. Our first milestone is going to be for creating a white paper. And this white paper is going to be a very significant white paper that outlines all of the technology, the objective of what it's going to do and how it's going to execute against it. So that's our first milestone. After that, we start to get deeper into the actual technical foundation. So I mean, if things would just not go, like things would not take my time, and I was able to focus entirely on that, we'd be getting it done very quickly. Unfortunately, my time is getting pulled in a lot of different directions that I didn't see. One is being embedded in NASCAR and getting this thing launched, and then the other thing with CurePay, which was never on our roadmap. CurePay was never on our roadmap. It was always CureChain. But we got to get those two things, which I believe is in a good spot now, and that's going to allow me to go and focus on CureChain. So the roadmap initially, when we set out at the beginning of this year, was going to be by the end of the year that we have a full proof of concept and working version of this that's in testing and out of development. I still think, even though we're behind now for almost 4 weeks, I still think that we can meet that objective. But do got to get off of CureChain support. I do got to get outside of launching big initiatives like NASCAR and the other big one I'm going to be announcing here shortly. But once all those things get worked out, it's going to give us a lot more time. So yes, I believe in it so much, and I believe it's critical for the success of our project. And CureChain is the future of crypto. It's the future of blockchain. And we are the ones who are going to drive that. But I need to get the time to do it. I got the people that are getting assembled. We're about to get off the starting line, and we're going to be moving really fast. So I'll have more updates on that. And I won't provide another update, I guess, until we have another milestone. Otherwise, it'll be repetitive. But I feel we're going to be at our first milestone pretty quickly. I guess I'll pause there one more time. Are there other questions, Roberto, or anyone else?
Thank you, Jacob.
All right, cool. All right, well, thank you, everyone, for attending the AMA. This week is definitely going to be a big week for us. Maybe not on the chart, but from an activity perspective, we're going to be doing a lot of marketing. We got a lot of podcasts. We have interviews lined up. We have more press release going out. We have another video AMA next Thursday. So at that point, I'll have a lot more to share. Hopefully, we'll have the motorcycle coming out this week and more updates on CureChain, I hope. So thank you, everyone, for all of your work on Cure and for your involvement and for believing in me and trusting me. And I'm going to get us to that next level. So just believe that. And just thank you, everyone, for all of your support and belief in what we're trying to do here. And we will navigate this and come out in a really strong place. So thank you, everyone. Have a great Thursday night or Friday morning for some of you. And we will catch you up throughout the day. So take care, everyone. Bye.
Thank you, Jacob.
See you later.